Hey guys, I don't know how many people will see this, but I just want to put it out there. So, I don't know if this is going to be a sad video or a happy video or an explanation video. So, what I want to talk about today is actually an email I got from YouTube. And I would have done this much earlier, but you know, we had our 8th year anniversary on the 24th. I got the email on the 19th. And I was looking at it. It was quite disappointing. I mean, my anniversary was like 5 days, right? In 5 days, and all of a sudden, like, I get a really disappointing email about the check mark. And the check mark was something I really liked having, even though they just gave it to me, right? So anyways, I know they went back on it because there was a lot of backlash, and rightfully, there should be a lot of backlash. And I'll tell you why in a moment. Okay, so I was gonna do a video earlier and I was like, you know, I have the anniversary video, and then there was the My Sing Monster anniversary, so I didn't want to make this type of video right before the anniversary, right before the anniversary month of one of the popular games, which My Sing Monsters. So I didn't want to make a video, right, until those were over, and now that it's over, I'm making this video. So anyways, even though a lot of people, it's like, oh, it's over. It's not really over. It's never over. I mean, the thing is with YouTube, it's never over. You think it's over, but a few years down the road, it'll come up again, and it always does. There's not, like, it's never over. So anyways, let me just go over here, and I'll read you my email, right? The email I got. And I'll just read you a quick, like, you know, basically a quick summary of it. So basically it says, the headline is changes to verified channel impacting your channel, and then the first paragraph is, hi there, we're writing to let you know that we're updating the criteria for channel verification on YouTube. And to be honest, I don't even know what the channel verification criteria is. I mean, they gave it to me. They gave me the check mark because back then, I think it was like 2013, we were getting a lot of views, right? Or 2014, somewhere around there. We're getting around, well, not too much, but you know, we were getting around 5 million to 10 million views for like, you know, a few years, right? So they gave me a check mark. I didn't apply for it or anything. It just happened one day. I literally did not apply for it. I have another channel. I tried applying for it. I never got it. So, you know, the other channel has like 200. Well, I got the check mark when I was at 100 and something thousand subscribers. And this channel that I'm trying to get the check mark has like 200 and something thousand subscribers. I never got it. I mean, I don't know what the criteria is. I went to ask around, and that was back then when I actually looked into these things. I stopped looking into them because nobody had an answer. So I don't know what the criteria is. But they're talking about updating the criteria. It seemed like it's pretty hard already. And I did know like some people that actually got the check mark. I don't know how, but they had like what, 10,000 subscribers and like a few hundred views or less than 1 million views. So I don't know how they got the check mark, but certainly they found a way to get it. But I didn't find a way. They gave it to me. YouTube gave it to me, right? So I always took it as a reward or something. Anyway, so they're saying that they're changing the criteria for the check mark. Unfortunately, these changes, your channel no longer meets the criteria to be verified. We realize this might be disappointing. Yeah, hell yeah, it's disappointing. I mean, you gave out a reward and now you're taking it back. All right, so anyways, but we believe these updates will make the channel verification more consistent for users and creators across YouTube. All right, so that's basically what I read, and I knew what they were talking about. I just skipped the rest. I was like, I don't need to know the rest. It doesn't really, you know, they could take their time explaining it, but it doesn't really matter. So I scrolled to the bottom. There was an appeal, right? So you could appeal the decision. And I clicked on the appeal process. I'm not sure if they still have the appeal form. So let me just go over here and see if... All right, so anyways, they don't even have the appeal process anymore. What happened was that they're saying they won't remove it because they're like, oh, there was too much backlash, right? And rightfully so, because this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're trying to only allow corporations, so normal people like me and other YouTubers won't be able to have it. Obviously, there are some big YouTubers that can become corporations themselves, so obviously that doesn't fit into the argument there. But, you know, I'll tell you why I think that. The first question, there's 3 questions when I clicked on the appeal process. The first question asked me for my channel. nobody really, like, that doesn't really matter, right? Second question was asked me for another channel that is similar to my channel. And then, I'm like, what the heck? And then the third question, this is actually the key question. I mean, the first question and second question is just for, for them to know what your channel is. That's about it. And it's not like they care a lot. The third question is the major question. And believe it or not, the third question asked you for a reputable news website that is linking to your channel, right? Basically making you reputable or something. I mean, how would I have let's say a reputable news website talking about my channel? That makes no sense. I mean, you'd have to be super big, a corporation themselves, to actually have a channel mainstream media like Fox News or CNN, Washington Post, or something like that, right? To link to your channel. I mean, you'd have to pay them. You would have to pay the mainstream corporation to actually link to your channel. How would a normal person get that? That doesn't make sense at all. But that's what they have. I mean, that's what they asked me, and I was like, I knew what was happening right away. So, this entire thing is engineered. And let's not talk about the check mark for now. Let's go back to 2015 and 2016. Well, that's when I remember anyways. They did something called the purge, right? And some people that don't really know what's happening will think that didn't happen, because there's other YouTubers that didn't really get it. And, the switch, it was it was magnificent how they did it. But now that if you look back at it, and I have multiple channels, right? So I know what's happening. And, what do you call it? You could look back at multiple channels, like mobile players anyways. As far as I know for now, I haven't searched any other channels. But let's say a channel like David's Play, right? He was hovering at 5 million views per month steadily, right? For a few years. And suddenly it just went, whoop, and went right down. Literally just within a few months, the decline was so great. And I'm thinking about it now, I pretty much know what happened. And there's, I think there was another one, right? It was a bigger YouTuber. I think it was Looney Dos. He was getting 10 million views per month, I think, or upwards of 10 million to 20 million views per month. And it just went down. And he had 1 million subscribers, right? So what happened there is, I think what they did, in my opinion, right, is that they removed their videos from search. Or they didn't remove it, they just boosted it down. Basically, suppressed it downwards while promoting other videos, right? So I noticed that, and that's what the purge was really, what it was. It was really just a swap in the search, right? So that these channels that were getting a lot of views were pushed down the search engine. So, all right, so it's kind of like they're suppressing the views for certain channels, right? And that's exactly what happened with that girl. I think we all remember it. If you follow YouTube long enough, and if not, you could just go back and look at it. I think the girl went on a rampage. There's this girl, right? She went on a rampage at the YouTube headquarters. And that's exactly during the exact time when that happened. So I know that her videos were weird. There is no doubt about her videos being weird to me, but she still got 60,000 subscribers. So even though her videos were weird and not of my taste, there are still people that like her. I mean, 60,000 subscribers is not easy to get. And, she was going up, and somehow, she was getting 500,000 views per month too, right? So somehow it just went down, and I guess that's why she went all crazy, because I'm pretty sure YouTube did something. And now, a few years later, after doing that, they want to remove all the check mark from the regular YouTubers that, that are doing YouTube, and they want to promote the corporations, like the people that actually, how should I say it, that can become corporations, like the major, really big YouTubers, and then you have the mainstream media and stuff like that. All right, going back to the check mark that I was talking about, so I don't want to get off track for too long, but anyways, I got an email, literally 2 days later, I think, right? Updates to our verification program. And it's like, hello, WBanksAHD. We've recently emailed you about changes to our verification program. Since then, we've heard feedback from the community loud and clear. Obviously, I mean, when you're trying to like only promote corporations and remove pretty much, they pretty much downgraded everybody in 2015, and then all of a sudden they're removing like people, right? So they're all trying to promote more of a corporation run sort of platform, in my opinion. I mean, from what I see, I mean, like that's what it looks like from what happened in 2015 and now in 2019. So, you know, it happens slowly, but I'm sure that something like that is going on. So anyways, it says, since then we've heard feedback from the community loud and clear. We're sorry for the frustration this has caused. We've updated the program in response. And, you know, first, your channel already has the verification badge. You will now keep it. All right, thank you. But the thing is, I feel like they're going to find a way to remove it or do something, because, you know, if they're not successful the first time, they're going to probably do it the second time. Who knows? All right, so they put on this criteria. They actually show you the criteria now, which is great. I mean, obviously, I had no clue what the heck it was talking about. So, because I had no clue how I got in mine. I literally did not have any clue on how I got in mine. Anyways, all right, it says we'll still remove verification if we find that a channel is attempting to impersonate another creator or brand, addressing. So they're talking about impersonation. I mean, literally, that rarely happens. Well, I don't know. I mean, it happened with me, but that was back then, right? So, but it doesn't happen that often. Especially if you have the check marker anymore. Like, if you already have the check mark, why would you want to impersonate somebody else? Makes no sense at all. All right, so anyways, we also clarified the criteria to apply for verification. So that's good. I guess that thing is good. And looking at it from what it says here, you need 100,000 subscribers, real creator, brand, or entity claim, whatever that's supposed to mean. Complete public and active channel. The channel is verified. So, you know, you see, they changed it, because back then, like back when I was doing the appeal process, they didn't just want that. They wanted news website. They wanted like all these like social media things. I didn't even talk about that, but it was all in the same sentence. I'm like sitting there, are you serious? Why the hell do I need to have like an active, like, you know, how should I say it? Why would I be in the, how should I like be in the news, right? Like, it was crazy. I was like, what? Like, you're on YouTube, okay? It doesn't mean I have to be on like Fox News doing an interview with a suit or something. Yeah, you know, I do gaming videos. And it's like, I guess they changed it because, and within 2 days too, because obviously there's a lot of backlash, because what I'll say, I think they're trying to make it more for corporations only, in my opinion. I still am very disappointed with it, and I want to make this video and voice my opinion on it, because I feel like I haven't voiced my opinion at all, right? They made a lot of changes, and especially, you know, some of them I don't like, some of them I like, but when they're not figuring out ways to improve YouTube, like, let's say the editor, right, or copyright music, or, you know, removing copyright music and things like that. Instead of doing those things, they're doing little tiny things that really just doesn't really help the creators or anybody. I mean, literally, they're just, you know, shifting like the views, right? They're literally just shifting the views from one person to another, and they're focusing on that instead of focusing on improving the YouTube platform. So, you know, there's a lot of things that can be improved on YouTube, and I don't think, personally speaking for me, right, I don't think removing the check mark from normal people and only making it available to corporations is good. I don't think it's helpful. I don't think it's promoting a positive thing. It's promoting, hey, you got to be a corporation or part of a corporation to be able to reach a certain status. You can't use your real abilities or try to get views or try to whatever, or try to get more subscribers to get that, right? They literally asked me for links to some reputable sites. I'm like, are you serious? Like news site, right? I'm like, I'm never getting into news, so you know, looks like I'm not getting that back. And who knew? Like within a few days, actually 2 days, right? I did post on Twitter, right? But the thing is, I wasn't even checking it out. I just got mad and I was like, I just posted on Twitter and then that's done. So I didn't know how many people were being removed, right? Now that I look at it, I think a lot of people were being removed because, you know, there's a lot of normal people out there, right? I mean, there's only a few corporations that didn't have a problem with it because they would get like, you know, they would get the verification or verified badge. But anyways, because they could always link to their own websites or stuff like that. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we'll talk more soon.